when we're working in the classroom, usually at the table, I usually have students use either a paper placemat, or I got these canvases. It's a piece of canvas from Home Depot, and I cut them up and used a surging sewing machine to sew around the edges. So I've been using these for a number of years. They work pretty well, but paper is just as perfect. From there, we have a couple of different wire tools that we use. We have this kind of knife wire cutting tool. We have this loop tool. Sometimes we use a fettling knife, or this is the most handy tool that we use with most of the students, just a wood cutting tool, kind of almost does everything that this will do. And then sometimes just a kitchen butter knife. But as I was saying, if you can't have these in your classroom, then this is perfectly fine for everything that normally we use. So this one wooden tool and one of these loop tools are perfect. Then from there, of course, we usually have one container of water, and I usually tell the students only fill it about 1/4 of an inch, because we don't really need much for what we're doing. And then this is the clay slip. So the clay slip that we made earlier, we use this for our binding agent. And you don't always need to use it, but I usually like to use it. It usually guarantees that you're going to have pieces that will not fall apart. So we use that too. We were doing some low relief carving, and you can see we kind of have a nice variety. Usually we roll out about a 1/4 inch of slab clay, and then the student will take their design from there, and then we'll work on top of it. Usually with this kind of project, we're mainly just using the loop tools and the little wooden clay knife. So not many tools involved in this project. These examples right here are some examples from a 7th grade class, and these were slab construction. So the student rolled out a slab of clay, and then we used our joining methods to attach the pieces, and we were making containers. So you can see some have lids and some do not. For the clay slab project, one of the first things that we usually do is a vessel project, and the vessel could obviously be made in different ways. And we have here, of course, a cup demo. The cups that I'm showing you right now have all been glazed, so they were, of course, greenware, and then they were fired, so they were bisque fired at cone 05, and then the glazing that we use is also cone 05. So that means that within our kiln, we can do one firing and also fire glazed ware as well as greenware at the same time, so that it just saves us time in the production. So usually for our first project, it's usually a clay slab project. So the students are taught how to make paper templates. Most students are going to make some kind of a cup, so we roll the clay out. We use our rulers, we use our little clay knife, we apply a little bit of water to the clay, attach the paper template, cut out our pieces. The project can sometimes take about 2 to 3 class periods to work, and if I have 3 classes doing this, I might have about 90 students working on stuff. So we use the counter space in our room that we're lucky enough to have. We have placed plastic on there. The students can lay out their pieces, cover them with wet paper towels, and then each day we can go back and work on the project. What you'll see in the video is as I roll out my pieces, so I only have 2 pieces. I have a bottom and a side as of right now. We'll cut out the pieces, we'll score everything, we'll use the clay slip that we previously made to attach everything, a little bit of water to smooth everything out, and then as you can see toward the end here, the final project is what the cups examples that I showed you earlier. So those are student examples of this final project.